Hey guys, a few weeks ago, I had someone reach out that wanted to be on our podcast. And today we are joined by Karen Zuzu Armes, who is a holistic health coach educator. And while our approaches are a little bit different, what really stood out to me in our conversation was her emphasis on planning, preparation, creating an environment that supports a real food lifestyle, even with a very full and busy life. So, we talked about why preparation matters more than willpower, how sugar and processed foods keep people stuck, and simple, practical steps that will make healthy living feel more doable and sustainable long term for you. So, if you want this way of eating and living to feel less overwhelming and more like something you can actually stick with, you're going to get a lot out of today's episode. This is the Healthy Real Food Podcast. I'm your coach, Erin Hart, a registered nurse and health coach who understands the struggle of feeling out of control around food and has walked the path of transformation. If you are a woman who feels powerless against your cravings and is ready to live your life with more energy, mental clarity, and purpose, there is hope. Here we believe that with God, a mindset of unstoppability, and consistent execution of a winning strategy, anything is possible for you. So if you're ready to find freedom from food addiction, take control of your health, and pursue your dreams with renewed energy, support, and accountability, let's go. Hello, Zuzu. Welcome to the Healthy Real Food Podcast. We're so excited to have you on here. Thank you for reaching out and wanting to share your knowledge and expertise with our community. So tell us, I would love to just hear a little bit about what you do and how you help people.
You bet. So I own Holistic Health Educators. And so we have an online educational portal where people can get certified all around the world. And it's just helping people fall back in love with their guts and fall in love with their food. So,
And real food is the best medicine. It really is. So you have 12 kids?
yeah. So I've given birth to 7, and then I had 3 stepchildren. And then we adopted one. And then one of my students was dying, and she left me her daughter. And she's become one of my dearest friends, one of our girls. And so we're actually heading there in a couple weeks to see her again. So it's been wonderful. And we, with the step girls and the step kids, it was always like, oh, we don't eat vegetables. And I'm like, okay. And I blend them all in the blender, and they never had any idea that they were
Invisible. I know I do that to my kids too. I just put like little invisible things in there.
And they loved it. So it was fun. We even had 2 daycare centers too. I had 2, that was part of what we did. We had 2 childcare centers, and all the food was homemade, and the kids would go in the gardens and bring it in. I just think the more people are aware of food, the healthier they can become.
A big obstacle a lot of people have is just that thought that I'm too busy. I can't do this, but you are proving you can be really busy and have a very full life and still be able to live a healthy, real food lifestyle. What is your secret to someone who's maybe just starting this lifestyle, who's used to maybe eating fast food, or what tips do you have to help people with their time management around healthy lifestyle changes?
This is like perfect timing because the class I'm teaching on Thursday is fast food. So it's on what is real fast? It's called real fast food. I did this commercial with our kids probably 20 years ago now, and it was a fast food commercial. And in my set, I had one of the kitchens where I did a lot of the food prep, and there was a big bowl of fruit, and there was trail mix, and there was some in the fridge. There were like cut carrots and cut celery, and I just made some hummus, which literally takes 3 minutes to make hummus in your food processor, right? And it was like I had all these different things for fast food. And then while I was talking about fast food, the kids would just come through and grab an apple, or they grab a bag of this. I was like, preparation is everything. And so that's one thing we really recommend to anybody looking at changes, even in or on a Sunday, to chop up some carrots and chop up some celery and whatever else you want to eat, and make your trail mix and boil some eggs. So you have some hard boiled eggs, and whip up some hummus in a couple minutes, which is the guacamole. Oh my gosh, I could live on guacamole. So we always have guacamole and salsa in the fridge. So it's just having things prepped. And I'm telling you one thing, Erin, this is a big one. If it's not in the house, you won't eat it. So don't bring junk in the house. Don't bring it in the house. It'll be so easier for people if they don't get tempted. And when it's in the house and you know it's going to taste good, oh, just want that little scoop of ice cream or just a little something. If it's not there, it does make you reach for something a little different. So finding those alternatives are great. And it's the best time right now. There are so many alternatives to sugar and grain that people can reach for that are very easy to go, which has been wonderful. So that's probably the biggest takeaway is have it prepped, have a couple of things prepped and ready so you can run.
I totally agree. I think that planning and preparation are the key to success with a healthy real food lifestyle. And it's all about creating an environment of success. And I love how you said it. If it's not in the house, you're not going to eat it. Yeah.
And if it's not in the car, the kids won't eat it. So don't have it in the car. Don't go through McDonald's.
The healthy choice, the easy choice. One of my favorite books is Atomic Habits by
Oh,
James Clear. And that's what he teaches, right? It's like creating an environment of success so that you're not having to use willpower to make the healthy choice and just doing a little food factory, chopping, prepping, and doing a little preparation ahead of time, batch prepping ingredients that you can use throughout the week. It just makes it so much easier to implement even with a really busy and full life. Yeah, that is amazing. And so, what do you see is one of the obstacles that people face in making these healthy lifestyle changes, besides like
mm.
the belief that they're too busy?
I think it's the addiction to sugar, which someone can say, oh, yeah, here's the kicker. This is something, unless people know this, they can't make a change. Our human body is designed to have 1 teaspoon of sugar in the blood at all times. 1 teaspoon. If you eat a piece of bread, that's 3 to 4 teaspoons of sugar because all of the starch turns into sugar. But I think that's probably the biggest struggle people have is there's sugar in everything. And we've become a very sugar-laden society. Look at how many pounds of sugar we eat now compared to how many pounds we ate 100 years ago. I think helping to curb that sugar addiction is going to help quite a bit. But I think that's probably the biggest thing is that it just tastes so good. In some states, you can just go through a drive-through and get a glass of sugar. And I think that is, I went through, where is it, Utah? It was
Yeah, that's where I live.
Oh my gosh, I don't know how you have to have so much constraint because there's like sugar soda pop places everywhere because everyone has to have an addiction. But I am amazed when I drive through some of the states across the country. I've traveled so often. I still travel extensively. And I'm like, people must be so tempted, like to go through Starbucks and get a double latte with a blah, blah, blah. And that's all sugar and chemicals that make you addicted to more of that. And I think that's gotta be pretty hard for people. So in here, I have lemonade my husband makes and then sparkling water that I sparkle myself in this little fancy thing you can get, Fizz It
Mhm.
or something, and it tastes amazing. So sometimes having your own drinks prepared so you can grab them out of the fridge might make it easier.
Yeah, definitely. Food addiction is
Mm.
a real thing. And back in 2020, when I was 284 pounds,
Ah.
and I had been a nurse for 15 years, almost or 13 years at that time. I was so addicted to food and processed foods that were had sugar and flour in them. And I didn't even know that food addiction was a real thing. But like in our food environment, if you have a healthy human brain, food addiction is really common. And that's why so many
Yes.
people in our society feel out of control around food and are struggling with being overweight or obese. 3 out of 4 people in our society are obese or overweight, and it's just a huge epidemic in our society, but it all really stems down that root cause is food. The science of how our brains work when we're designed to seek pleasure and avoid pain and conserve energy.
I mean, they pay money to put their product right
Yeah,
eye level.
right.
They pay much more money if it's right at eye level, and they pay more for an end cap. Like it's all money and addiction. So I'm very proud of you for losing that much weight during with so many marketing employees to keep you some society addicted to a high sugar diet. So that's really it's a lot of work. And you probably noticed that even who you are changed a bit when you lost that kind of weight.
Oh, yeah, it's
And
definitely not just the physical change, it's
mm,
mental, emotional,
wow.
spiritual, and some people can moderate those foods, but other people
Oh
are
yeah.
more susceptible to food addiction, and for me personally, it just in our food environment, it was easier for me to just completely draw the line in the sand that I
Mhm.
just never cross again with the sugar and the flour instead of trying to moderate and trying to navigate that because for me 100% is so much easier than 98%. But in our program, there are people who can practice moderation and they do well with that. So you just have to do what gives you peace. But it's important to understand the science of how our brains are designed to block us from weight loss and the science of food addiction.
Yeah.
It's more than a physical transformation that happens. When I adopted a real food lifestyle and eating food like the way God makes it, right? In its whole and natural form as much as possible, I felt like a physical, not only a physical transformation, but mental, emotional, spiritual transformation. And it makes sense because our bodies, our minds, and our spirits, they're not separate things. They're all integrally connected with each other. And so when we eat better, we feel better and we have greater spiritual capacity and mental capacity.
And think about your sit. I have the saying above our store when you leave our wellness center, and it says, "A healthy man has many wishes. A sick man has one." And it's so true. Like a sick man just wants to get better. A healthy man can just go do anything. Like we can run, jump, play with our grandkids. It just motorbike, cross, whatever we want to do. But interesting enough, when you're sick, and I've worked with my clients with this, they have medications they have to take at certain times. They have to go see the doctors. They actually become like that becomes their focus is themselves. And not in a bad way, but they've got to eat this at this time. They got to take this supplement, that they got to take this medication here, this medication here. They have to go see this doctor this day. They have to make this appointment. Like our people's worlds become revolved around their physical body. The sad part about that is then what can they focus on besides themselves? Like they've got their kids and maybe their work, and maybe God can use them for a few things, but it's hard to give yourself to others when you're sick. And so what we found is when people ate healthier food and they went to a whole food diet like you did, and they were able to eliminate so many of the dis-ease that they've lived with, you guys. These are all things that just literally naturally go away when you change your lifestyle. All of a sudden, they had almost this time. They weren't like held to this medication at this moment and this supplement at this moment and seeing this doctor. They got more time. They were given more life back. And they might have still had their diseases that they were dealing with, but it wasn't like it was so extreme. It was much easier to handle. And then they spiritually just woke up. Like people just spiritually, like, what can I do, God? What do you mean before? Here I am. It just became a little easier to jump into being more one with creation and the creator. That's what I've seen in my
Yeah.
experience.
That's such a important thing for me and my clients. When we start working together, we talk about like, why do you want to get healthy? What does that look like for you? What do you think would be possible for you? And we get really down to the deep why, because it's not just about looking cute in jeans. Most people just really want that freedom from all the food and weight chatter so that they can focus on the most important things in their lives. Our lives on earth are such a gift and our time is precious and short by we don't want to waste it like being obsessed with our food and our weight.
Yeah.
It's when I love how you put that when your health is in order, when your food is in order, everything opens up for you. Like it's helps you to have that more full and to be able to focus on the most important things.
I'm so glad you're there helping people and providing them the meal plans with them and working with them on because that's just what we need. We need more people like you that are out there helping people and encouraging them to lose weight and help hold their hand through that. It's scary. Plus, when people go through those lifestyle changes like you did, emotions can be rampant as well. And so having a world like what you've created for people, I think is just amazing. That community of we're here to help. We're here to help you get through even the emotional changes. I think it's just transformational what you're doing, really. Just
Oh, thank you so much, Suzu. Well,
so cool.
I think that a lot of people get overwhelmed that all the things that we've talked about today are so exciting but when it comes down to implementation, it can feel hard and scary. Like, how do I actually put this into practice in my life and make this a sustainable change for me? What tips, like, what advice would you give to someone who may be completely new to what we've been talking about today and just they're struggling with their food and their weight, they feel out of control? Like, what is one small step that they could take to just get
Mm.
started?
One small step, drink more water. That's the number one thing, not coffee, not tea, not don't go to your soda shop places. just pure water. And if you don't like water, which a lot of people have a hard time with water because they are so used to flavors in their water, and people crave food so much more because they're dehydrated, not because they're actually hungry. So drinking more water, and I would just encourage eat more living food than dead. Just start with a little bit. But if it's not in the house, you won't eat it. So get rid of some of those chips or get rid of some of those things that might be really tasty. But anyhow, like we raised our kids this way, and the kids would go to school with cucumbers and peppers, red peppers, and like it was just sauerkraut for Pete's sake. My kids would take their food and literally give away vegetables and then get a snack or something in return. People are starving for this good, yummy food, so don't be afraid of it.
Yeah, and progress over perfection, not like feeling like you have to change and be perfect at everything all at once.
Yeah.
But like you said, those small changes consistently executed over time can create a huge and dramatic transformation, like just drinking more water. It really will help. Oh, thank you so much, Suzu. So if people want to dive deeper with you into your world, how can they learn more?
Sure. I don't take new clients, so they can all stay with you, but we do education. And so if anyone wants to become a holistic health coach or a holistic health educator or a therapeutic nutritional counselor or an HHP, that's what I do. That's what we do. So we offer training internationally in over 100 languages. And so we certify. And then if you just want to jump into a retreat, you're welcome to come to Lily Fields. We're a retreat center down in Georgia, 69 acres. You can find and learn everything at one website. It's zuzuunleashed.com.
Yes. Oh, and you do cooking classes too, don't you?
Yeah, I have one on Thursday, so we're excited for that. It's on fast food, by the way. So
I know you can make this work for your lifestyle. It can become easy and effortless. It's just about learning the tools and skills to implement it. Thank you so much, Suzu, for your time and sharing your expertise with us. Like, it's really so fascinating to dive into the world of holistic healthcare, which might be a little new to some of us. I think it's amazing how important it is to focus on the whole person. And I appreciate all of the time that you've spent with us today.
thank you, Miss Erin, and good luck to everybody who got this. And remember, someone out here in Hawkinsville, Georgia loves your guts.
Thanks for listening today. If you enjoyed this podcast, you're going to love my coaching program. If you're struggling and want to lose weight for the last time, I can help you. Just imagine living in your goal body and having peace with food. Your success is guaranteed. To learn more about how to get support, guidance, and accountability so you can find peace with food, achieve your goal body this year, and have more energy, visit www.healthyrealfood.com. While you're there, click the link to my schedule for a free one-to-one coaching call so we can get you started on your success path. You have the power to create the life that you want. This is the year of you. I'm cheering you on. Now go win the day. You got this.